this is Super Mario Sunshine. We're playing Super Mario Sunshine, getting the 100 coin shine.
Oh yeah, we're back.
I'm Nathaniel Kiefer.
Ugh, that's gone forever.
Yeah. And I'm here with my good friend Christian.
That's me. I'm also here. In case you didn't know that by Nathaniel telling you.
In fact, he's the one behind the wheel. I am merely the co-pilot.
It's not a wheel so much as a GameCube controller.
Yes.
Actually, it's not even a GameCube controller.
The controller-shaped wheel is in the hands of Christian right now.
There we go. Oh god.
As he falls
oh,
off me. Okay.
I just want you to know, Nathaniel, that everything is terrible all the time.
Not all the time.
100%.
What about when you're sleeping?
Oh, thank god I got that. I'm really just scrounging for these. Like, I feel like a peasant that's been thrown a piece of bread. That's what this game makes me feel like, honestly.
Excellent. I love playing video games that make you feel like a peasant scrounging for bread. Those are my favorite kinds.
Do you think I can get these just by floating?
Maybe. I think it's way more effort than it needs to be, though. There's lots of coins up at the top of the lattice work that don't require you to do that.
This game is going to be the death of me. And I've accepted it. I love this game.
As long as we finish the series before you die, I mean, I guess, you know, we could move on.
It's funny. It's funny you mentioned that.
I was gonna say we could live with it, but that's literally the opposite of what you said. So.
Well, we could die with it.
Yeah.
Certainly. It's funny that you mentioned never finishing the series. Richard and I played through a bit of a considerable amount of Earthbound, and then just stopped.
How far did you guys get?
Not very. We got to the sewers. Okay.
Yeah, that's decent. That's decently far. That's like more than halfway.
Yeah, but there's a whole bulk of the game.
But there's a huge section of the game you did not reach.
Like, we don't even have poo.
Then I think that's the fate of many Let's Plays, partnered Let's Plays on the
shit.
Aw.
If I said it once, I'll say it again. Mario Sunshine is a good game that's easy to play.
Oh, plus these crates. They probably have coins in them.
Yeah, I just realized I didn't get any of these, did I?
Oh yeah, the underground ones. There's tons down here. You can probably get all the rest of the R100 from here.
There's definitely some I didn't get here.
6 more?
Is there any over here? Yeah, I got those. Is there any over here? Oh my god, the tension is killing me. Actually, why don't I just pop up here?
Oh, 99! Try popping up the other...
Yeah, I just realized that. Wait a minute. Maybe this one also has that.
Yeah,
there you go. There you go. There you go. 100 coins.
Easy.
From an outside perspective, maybe.
Yes.
But you did this yourself already, so I guess it's excusable.
I did. There's only 4 shines in this game I haven't gotten, so I think I'm gonna say easy for every other one.
Easy.
Easy. If we have 103 blue coins too, so if you add those, we actually have 77 shines right now.
I think that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. We're nearing the 2/3 mark.
Yeah, we've been killing this game with our bare hands, choking it to death.
Right, that's an analogy I never want to hear again.
Suit yourself. Alright,
where'd you next?
There, got 100 coins there. Gelato Beach, I guess.
Yeah, okay.
I guess I should...
The Watermelon Festival.
Well, actually... I gotta do Yoshi's Fruit Adventure.
Oh, now we have the rocket nozzle. Now we can.
We also didn't finish getting all the blue coins.
Oh, that's right. We did not.
So what's episode 4 got?
Episode 4 has a 1.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're gonna go back to where the shine is in episode 3, and there's gonna be a singular blooper that you have to kill.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is fine.
That's right, sorry. For some reason I thought that was it. I'm like, yep, you got it. 100 coin shine, that's it. Nickel Harbor's gone. Never again. And then I forgot, yeah, well, actually, I was like, oh yeah, actually we have like a million things more to do. Never mind.
Yeah, you did that, not me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, let's take this. Let's take the candy cane.
Candy Cane Express.
Take me there.
I mean, it's not super express, but whatever. Just watch out, because there's a blooper hanging from the bottom of that
Yeah,
thing.
I got it.
Okay.
Don't you worry, none. Whoa! I made a mistake.
I
That's
thought you were
what I
doing
want.
some cool tech there.
The cool tech I'm doing is that I'm terrible at this.
I call this one missing the jump.
It's actually a pretty
Yeah, so
elite strat.
You literally have to drop into the yellow thing in the middle there, and there's gonna be one blooper that you can kill for a blue coin. Now, when I did it, the blue coin actually fell through the lattice, and I had to very quickly drop into the water and find it before it disappeared.
Oh yeah, I was there.
Yeah, so that wasn't that fun. But maybe that won't happen this time. There he is. There's the coin.
I did all the secret shines too, right?
Yes,
On
you
most
did.
of the levels?
Yeah, we've gotten both sheep there.
Not all of them. We got
up
to
until-
Serena Beach.
Yeah, up until the first one on Sirena.
Alright.
Okay, that's it for episode 4.
Alright. What's episode 5 got?
Nothing.
Oh,
Episode 6 has got nothing because you've already got the basket of fish one, right?
I guess so, yeah.
Episode 7, we did that because we got the other X, because they want to use the
Right.
turbo. That's it. So episode 8. The last two are in episode 8,
Wow.
because they both need Yoshi.
Yeah, that's right. I actually know which ones you're talking about. Wow.
You might have actually already got one of them if you ate all the butterflies.
No, I didn't eat the blue ones.
Okay.
I made a mistake. That was foolish.
Yeah, so one of them is the yellow spider on the wall near the tower. That needs Yoshi. And
Yep.
then it's the blue butterflies.
Right. Let me go take care of that then.
Well, first we'll need a dragon. That was a different path.
I like to change it up. That was a very straight shot, actually,
It was.
now that I think about it.
It was. Now we promised each other and our intrepid viewers that we would share with them another facet of our interests and likes, and
Oh, God.
today we agreed on musical albums.
You're
Also,
right.
nice job getting the durian third up, because sometimes
Thanks.
it takes
It
2,000
was hard. It
tries.
was very hard work.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, it's weird when people congratulate you on things that are complete chance, but...
Get over here. Get over here. I want to eat you. There we go. Yeah, it is true. It is true. So yes. Our favorite albums, Nathaniel. I would
Yeah.
like you to tell me yours.
You want to start?
You would-
So how do you want to do this? Do you want to go back and forth, and each of us do one, or do you want me to do my entire list, and then you do your entire list?
I actually didn't write mine down, so
Okay.
why don't you go and I'll think about. I don't know.
Okay. this way, you have time to think about it. Okay. I'm just gonna put mine down on paper really quickly, so I know which order I'm doing them in.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Can I go into the sewers with Yoshi? Oh, thank God. Dooba dooba dooba. Shibbity dooba booba dee da dooba 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 booba ba dee. I'd like more fruit. think I'm gonna go do that. Just before I head off with Yoshi. Oops.
More fruit. Oh, to fill up Yoshi's juice meter?
Yeah, he lost some juice.
Mm.
Alright, let's do this quick. Wow, that was actually kind of cool. Actually, it's like a lead strat to use Orange Yoshi.
Oh yeah?
No! Okay. You may move at any point, please. Oh my god.
Maybe orange platforms don't move. Maybe it's gotta be purple. That's why he's deraying. What if only the purple platforms move? What if it's actually only the one color that moves the platforms?
Oh my god. Well, we learned something today.
Okay, I have a really unconventional list here. It's actually a top 7.
Ooh.
So, because I couldn't choose, and one of them is actually 2 albums. So I'm cheating a little bit here. There's actually 8 on the list, but so it's not a top 5 and it's not a top 10. It's actually a top 7/8. But I think this is. I think you're gonna get a really good idea of me and my musical tastes, just as you did with my video game choices.
Okay,
so,
okay.
I'm
game.
So what I'm gonna do is, rather than ranking these like 5th through 1st, because I think. So here's my rationale out. I don't want you to think I'm just lazy and I didn't order them, but here's my rationale for this, is that when it comes to music, I really feel like music is situational.
Absolutely.
You know, people, I have songs I love, you have songs you love, whatever, but not every song that we like, we're gonna want to hear all the time.
That's totally true.
Right, I have songs that I only want to hear when I'm not feeling good, or there's other songs I want to hear when all I want to do is like dance and jump around and all that. So the moods change, and I think that's, the nature of music is the beauty of it. So rather than ranking them, I'm gonna list them in the order that I discovered the albums.
Oh, I like that.
So, yeah. So this is my top 8 favorite albums in order that I first discovered each of them.
All right.
And maybe a little bit about why I like them.
Shit.
Oh, there goes Yoshi. We're gonna start off with an album that's probably so famous doesn't need any introduction. Literally, I think still the best-selling album of all time. That's Thriller, of course.
Is
Michael
it still?
Jackson.
Wow.
Michael Jackson's Thriller. What needs to be said about it?
I've
Obviously,
never heard it. No, I'm just kidding.
I've never heard it. I'm a huge Michael Jackson fan. He's an inspiration not only for singer me, but also for dancer me.
Right.
And he's it's such a cool album, and also birthed some of the most marvelous music videos.
Yes.
Which are just absolute spectacles. So,
I mean, the song PYT is just...
PYT, yeah. So PYT is actually my favorite Michael Jackson song.
Good, it's mine too.
Yeah, nice. It's got this beautiful blend of like dance and like very late sort of disco, but also also the early foundations of like sort of electronic funk. All of those kind of come together. And the thing that's cool about Thriller is that his previous album, Off the Wall, is very much like a straight up disco album. It's right in sort of the disco era. And I really like disco tracks, but Thriller is on the gap between sort of the twilight of disco and the birth of like styles that would be more prominent in the 80s, like electronic music
No!
and
Oh my
that
god,
kind
I'm
of stuff.
terrible
What
at
happened?
this.
What happened there?
I have no excuse. I'm just terrible. Okay, continue. Sorry.
Yeah, no worries. Speaking of what's not terrible, Thriller. And I think it's a zeitgeist kind of thing. There's just this perfect, like, it's come at the crossroads of the end of disco and the beginning of styles that came out of the 80s, like synth and like what we call pop music, although that's kind of a
What year did it come
vague
out
term.
again?
85.
85. Yeah.
84, 85. So.
Yeah.
Depending on your region. And yeah, so it's just kind of like really and it's a really interesting time. It was a really interesting time for films as well. Some of my favorite movies. No, I think that's gonna fall.
I think I can actually fix this.
Okay.
I think I can actually fix this.
Uh-huh.
I think I can do this.
Okay.
No.
It's still there, it's still there.
Okay, fuck it. I'll
Stupid
continue
bananas.
with your favorites. What's the next
so-
album on the list?
Yeah. So anyways, that's Thriller. I don't think I need to say too much more about it.
Of
If you've
course
never
not.
heard it, I don't know how you're a human being. I think even like
If
you're not a
you
huge
if you
Michael
haven't
Jackson
heard it,
fan-
you're wrong. Actually,
Yeah, you're actually wrong. It's just it's not even a subjective thing at this point.
like it's so deep in
Yeah.
pop culture and everything.
Yeah.
Like, you've heard Thriller before.
Yeah,
I'm
it's so
I'm sorry
good.
to say it to you.
Yeah.
All right, next up.
Oh, next up. Okay, so the next one that I discovered was actually called Discovery, and that is the second album by everyone's favorite techno duo, Daft Punk.
Hell yeah.
Again, one of my favorite albums, and you're probably also very familiar with the movie that accompanied it, Interstellar 555.
It's a very, very good movie.
And I love, you might imagine, as a dancer, I love when music is combined with movement and visual and all of that. And the idea that they use the video to enhance the songs, that the songs carry with them sort of a plot and a feel, has greatly enhanced my enjoyment of the music itself as well. Oh no, Yoshi! You thought about it for a moment, didn't you?
I'm actually straight up not gonna continue. Okay, so Interstellar, yeah. Discovery.
Discovery is one of them. I have actually owned it on vinyl.
It's so good.
It's a really long. All of these actually. I want to mention that actually before I continue. Every album that's on this list I own on vinyl. So I'm a vinyl guy. And I probably own them visually as well, but more often than not I listen to them on vinyl. It's a long album. It's two full discs to get through the whole album. So because it's got some long songs, and there's just
Right.
the entire gamut of emotion is there, and that's what I think is so beautiful about the album. I like Daft Punk stuff, but the other albums are all kind of like they picked a theme and did flavors of that theme. Discovery is all different flavors.
I like that.
And they have songs for when you're up. They have songs for when you're down. They have just like slow jam tracks, like the entire sort of rainbow of how people feel when in regards to music is on that album. And I think that's one of, now I don't like, Discovery can mean a lot of things to you, but for me that's why the title Discovery sort of resonates with me. It's that discovery of the emotion of the song.
That makes perfect sense.
So, yeah. So it's a sick album, and it's also a really nice fusion of their roots in techno, because they were very, very clearly inspired by Kraftwerk, which is a German group that's usually considered, sort of the godfather of techno, and also fused with, things like funk and disco and all of that. So.
Yeah, they're very funky, that band.
Yes. So. Already time for the boys. Is this the Watermelon Festival?
No.
No. Okay, this is the first episode?
Yeah, I'm in episode 1, just getting some
okay.
coins.
Okay.
Bring up that list, baby.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring that list, baby.
You got 2 lists in front of you.
Gelato Beach here. Stomp the only red cataquack in the center of the beach. Did you do that?
I did that.
Okay. Underwater near the palm tree island.
I'll go do that.
Yeah, I know. Obviously, you've already done the triangle graffiti. So that's Discovery, another amazing album. I feel like, again, I'm not really breaking any new ground here. I'm sure lots of people are aware of this.
There's probably people that haven't, but I think it's always good to hear like people's perspective, because that's a great album that I've heard, but it's not necessarily in my list,
Right.
And not in everyone's list, but
on everyone's list.
It's one of those dance and funk standards that a lot of people overlook at this point.
Yes.
So I'm with you on that.
Okay. The next one that I think I discovered. So, the next one I discovered, which is very near and dear to my heart, is the first Foster the People album, Torches.
Yes. It's a very good album. I received that at Christmas.
Nice.
1 year.
So I own this on CD and vinyl, I think. This is a very special album to me. This came out. When did that come out? 2011, 2012, something like that.
It had to be 2011.
Yeah. So I think I discovered it like a year after it had been out. And actually, it was actually my uncle who drew it to my attention, because my uncle's This is not the same uncle who's a police officer. This is my other uncle.
Okay.
But this particular uncle is a drummer, and so he loves Foster the People's drumming, and I agree. I think they got some amazing drum stuff going on. So he actually brought the album to my attention because he sent me a link to one of their tracks from this album that he wanted to learn the drums on, right?
Okay.
And so I ended up listening to the album, and it's a very, very, very special album to me. I was in a really, really dark place in my life, very, very depressed when I first discovered it.
Okay.
And there were a lot of songs on that album about dealing with addiction, dealing with depression and dark thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the only example I can really think of where music has been like very therapeutic for me. In no small part, I think that album actually helped me like still be here today.
Wow. That's very intense.
Yeah, it is very intense. There are still songs on the album that I tear up to because I can remember how I was feeling when I first heard them. The two that are most special to me on the album is the first track. Of course, the most famous song on the album is almost certainly "Pumped Up Kicks."
Of course.
That was like the mega hit, right? But the two songs that are really special to me are the first track, "Helena Beat," which is about very much so dealing with depression and all of that, and life sort of taking you to the curb, and then "Waste," which is also about that, but from the perspective of the singer watching another person in that position, and basically saying, I'm gonna be there for you, kind of thing. Very, very powerful songs. Foster the People is such an interesting band, and I lament at the fact that their more recent stuff has transitioned away from the sort of synth rock that they started out of. I still like their stuff, but not nearly as universally as I used to. It's gotten a lot more poppy, a lot more hip-hop inspired. And I think every band needs to evolve. But they've never quite matched the sound for me of that first album. And,
I think there's a lot of bands
you know.
that don't match up to first or second albums, and
Mhm.
it's a shame, but it's also like, yeah, not every band does, right?
No, not every band does. I think there's always going to be a natural evolution with artists. So I don't blame them for, I want to say changing their sound. That sounds cliche, but I don't want to blame them for doing something they think is right or whatever artistically.
Mhm.
But for me, Torches and to a lesser extent, their second album, Supermodel, are very special to me in a way that the others aren't. So, but yeah, I listen to Torches all the time. That one, even though I'm not ranking them, that one is arguably, possibly my favorite album. So,
Wow.
if I had to pick one, if I had, you know the old classic, you're on a desert island, you can only have one album or whatever.
Yeah,
I think
that's probably the one you choose.
that's probably the one I'd choose. Yeah. So, now the next four I'm going to mention are I discovered later than I really should have, but that's because I inherited a huge vinyl collection from my mother.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I showed an interest in it, and I got a vinyl player for Christmas one year, and she gave me the ones I was interested in. So I discovered a lot of great bands. So all of these albums I had heard songs from all my life because I've always been into classic rock and blah 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 blah.
Right.
But these were the first times I had sat down and heard like the whole album from start to finish. Because I really think I'm sure you agree with me 100%. There's such a difference between listening to songs an artist has done, which obviously is necessary, but also listening to an entire album from start to finish. It's the difference between reading a novel and a short story, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah. I
think there's absolutely a difference.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're right.
And it's particularly special when an artist has put attention into constructing an album, versus an album just being a whole bunch of songs that they made that happen to go together or something like that. Because there are some albums that like just tell incredible narratives, kind of thing, or whatever. So.
I'm in complete agreement.
I don't know how you feel about those albums where like the artist bleeds one song to the next. I don't know how you feel about that.
It can work in certain situations, but not always.
Yeah, not always. Yeah. One of Nine Inch Nails albums comes to mind in that regard. With Teeth, he does that in With Teeth. All of the songs bleed to the next one.
Is that your list? Is that the one?
With Teeth? No, that's not on my list. Although I am a big Nine Inch Nails fan.
I like Nine Inch Nails too.
Yeah, I do too. The reason it's not on my list though is because we were doing albums,
right.
And I don't feel like any of his singular albums hit me in that way. But I do have Nine Inch Nails songs that mean a lot to me.
Right.
So I think next time when we do our top songs, I think that might show up.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. All right.
But album-wise, so the three that I found, so one of them is Rumors, Fleetwood Mac.
Okay, yeah, a very good classic.
Just a beautiful album. It's one of those records where there isn't any bad songs on it. Like, whether or not you think they're all wonderful, I think, like. I know. I can listen to the whole thing from start to finish and just be like happy the whole time. Just be like, yeah, these are all great songs. What's up next? It doesn't matter. It's a great tune.
Yeah.
And it would literally be one of those albums where I would have a hard time picking a favorite song off of.
I love that. I love hearing that.
Yeah. And yeah. So I'm not super familiar with every single thing in the Fleetwood Mac catalog. I'm only really listened to them in the like Stevie Nicks era basically, but because I have that album and I have the one before it, which is just called Fleetwood Mac.
Mm-hmm.
But I love both of those albums and they're great, and you know, I think. As far as mood goes, they're one of those albums where I can listen to regardless of how I'm feeling. They're just nice, feel good, tap your toe kind of songs.
I like that.
Another one is so I've also mentioned, I think, both to you and on this show that I'm a huge Beatles fan.
Yes.
And that I own all of their records on vinyl.
Beatles are great. There's a
yeah.
reason they were so popular.
So that's the thing. That's the thing people forget. It's like there is a reason things are popular. Sometimes they're just really good. And whether not you particularly, but whether someone likes the Beatles, I think, you know, you have to acknowledge that.
Yeah.
I love them. I think some of their stuff is just genius. And
What's your favorite of them?
And my favorite album of them is Rubber Soul.
Yes, you're correct.
I think it's just the perfect sort of crossroads album. It's right in the midst of their musical genius before they got really, really experimental.
Mm-hmm.
And like some of their experimental stuff is really good, but it's very hit and miss. And I think it's more situational for me. Sometimes I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear 5,000 instruments all going off at once or whatever they're doing.
Yeah.
Rubber Soul is that perfect fusion of like them coming into their own and not just doing doo-wop hits and covers, but also of that like the sort of pop rock feel that was, you know, prevalent in the 60s there. So you know, the Rolling Stones have a similar feel for me in that era. So
I love the Stones.
Yeah. I would be hard pressed between them, but I think there's Rolling Stones songs I like better than Beatles songs, but I think I like the Beatles albums better than the Rolling Stones albums.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, Rubber Soul, beautiful. My favorite track on Rubber Soul would probably be "I'm Looking Through You," if I had to pick one. So,
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That one's really special to me. That was actually the very first Beatles song I ever heard. There was a radio station. It doesn't exist anymore, unfortunately. Vinyl 95.3.
I've heard of that.
And I don't know what 95.3 is now, but they're not an oldie station anymore. They used to be. And it's a Toronto station. And it was a Toronto station. And they used to have a thing on really early mornings, like 8:30 a.m. kind of thing, 7:30 a.m. called Bob's Beatle Break. Bob was one of the co-hosts.
Okay.
And each morning he would pick a Beatles song and he would give some history to it, and he would also talk about why he liked it, basically. And the very first time I ever heard that segment of the show, that was the song he picked. So, and that was my very first ever listening to the Beatles. I want to say my dad was driving me to Sick Kids, so I must have been young enough to be still going to Sick Kids. So I was under the age of 10.
Wow. You're so
I'm
old. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, so I was under the age of 10, so that was, 18, 19 years ago, whatever. No, that doesn't work. 20 years, maybe. It depends on where we were, but I very vividly remember the drive. We were definitely going to the hospital.
Right.
And that's what I heard. And I was like, who is this? And I was like, this is the Beatles. So, and it was one of those things where like I really dug the song, but never really investigated them. I was too young to really like be looking out for albums, and and high-speed internet wasn't a thing yet. So you couldn't just go to YouTube and look at songs, right?
Right.
So it's just like, oh yeah, okay, whatever. So if I heard a Beatles song, I was like, oh, that's awesome. But didn't get into it until my adult life, very recently, finally sort of managed, once I had my own money, I was able to buy these albums, so.
Yeah, that's the other thing is like, in your adult life, you truly become like the person that you are.
Exactly. Do you see the blue coin in amongst the fish there?
I sure do.
Okay. And then the next one, this was the cheating one. I couldn't decide between these two albums, but they're by the same artist, so I figured it was okay. And that is Cat Stevens' Tea for the Tillerman and Teaser and the Fire Cat.
Okay. Those are both excellent choices.
Both excellent choices. For me, they're very much like Rumors. Like, they're just you can drop the needle on any track and you're in for a good time.
Yep.
They're basically all just good tunes.
Sure are.
He's just a beautiful guitarist.
Oh yeah.
One of the inspirations for me picking up the guitar in the first place.
I
And
actually don't think I knew that you played guitar.
oh, I don't play very well, but I do play it. Yes. Him, Bob Dylan, and Peter Paul Mary were probably my three biggest inspirations for getting into acoustic. So.
Nice.
Yeah. So. And because that was the kind of music I wanted to play folk music basically.
Folk music's
and
the best.
and so just great albums. If I had they're kind of almost like part one, part two. Like they feel like a duology to me. Like like he's continuing the storyline, as it were.
Yeah.
And I think my favorite song from both albums is probably "Morning Has Broken." Really beautiful song. I do a lot of hiking. It's a great, and I live near a forest, so it's a great hiking tune, especially if you can go out early in the morning and go and sort of watch the sun come up or be around nature and all of that. It's very much, standing in awe of creation and all of that. It's a beautiful tune. Oh look, you found one of the suns. There are 3 such of those little markings on the beach. So one there, one on the other end, and then one in the center pavilion where the sandcastle pops up, but you have to do it in a different episode.
I have to do it not here? Oh, there you go.
Yeah, the one that's in the center on the little peninsula, you can't do in episode 1.
Why did that use like 80% of my water is the question.
That might have been easier for you if you had sprayed instead of hovered, but...
Where's the other one? Over there?
Yeah, there is one there, but then there's a third one. Which is... You know where the catamaran is? It's by the catamaran. Yeah, you can't do this one here in episode 1.
Oh, it's over by the catamaran?
Yeah. The one on your right-hand side there, yeah. I'm not sure if it's right in front of it or it's behind it, but it's here. Or it's to the left of it.
There it is.
There it is.
Alright, let's try spraying it. Oh, that works way better. Except for that it doesn't. There we go. Alright.
Did I cover them all? Yeah, and the last one, which I only discovered. I don't know why it took me so long to find this, because I really like. There's like 2 or 3 songs in this album I've known all my life, but I only just recently sat down and listened to the whole album, and that's LaRue. By LaRue. Are you familiar with that artist?
I don't know
that. Album?
No.
So she is a British, like synth pop, I guess, artist. The actual act was a duo. She's very similar actually to Eurythmics. It's a very Eurythmics kind of vibe.
Oh, so like Annie Lennox-esque?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, exactly. Very more recently, because she's like early 2000s. It's like early 2000s Eurythmics, basically. So if you at all like Eurythmics, I think you would really dig her as well.
I do dig Eurythmics.
Yeah, it's literally the same vibe too. They got the female singer, and then there was a dude, I can't remember his name, I feel bad, who was like the producer who did the music sampling and that kind of thing. So they had a very similar setup. She had a second album, but the second album she lost her co-musician, and the album lost its like synth feel, and I didn't really care for it. But the first album is really, really great. Are you familiar with the song Bulletproof?
Oh yeah.
Okay, that's her.
Okay. I do like that song.
Yeah, that's like her biggest hit, but I actually think that album is really, really solid. So I find myself listening to that all the time. The songs are really, really high energy. There's a few mellower tracks, but most of them are really, really high energy. So it's a great like workout album, a great like walking album, or just one where you want to just vibe.
Right.
So.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll give that a listen.
Yeah, you should. So there's my favorite albums.
Wow. What a list.
What a list, yeah. I think that
I'm
covers a
honestly,
pretty nice
like,
spectrum.
I'm very happy to have like been able to share and learn what they are.
Yeah. I have a feeling though we're gonna have to wait till next episode to hear your list.
Yeah. We've gone a bit over too.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Hey.
I get passionate talking about it.
It's actually good to share, so don't feel bad.
Yes. Okay. Cool.
I'm excited to talk about this behind the scenes, actually.
Nice. Yes.
So thanks everyone for listening.
Yes.
Next time we will listen to me say some albums that I like.
Nice.
An actual
wait.
top 5 instead of the top 8, by the way.
Right, an actual Christian actually followed the rules of our arrangement.
Yeah, I didn't cheat.
Instead of cheating like me.
Cheater. So hit like because obviously you watched this whole video to this point.
Yes.
So
please do
why
that.
wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I found this one. All on my own. With nobody guiding me.
It's true. I haven't guided you at all this whole time because I've been talking about albums. So.
Yeah, so hit like, throw up a comment. Actually, I want you to talk about the song, like one of the favorite of sorry, I can't say this right. Your favorite of the songs that Nathaniel listed. If you know the songs, what's your favorite out of those?
Yeah.
Of the albums or
that'd be great.
songs?
That'd be great, yeah.
I know, I really like Bulletproof. It's in one of my liked songs on Spotify, so
Nice.
I'm a big fan of that one. But again, I like pretty much all the music that you listed already.
Nice.
Music is my life.
Beautiful. Alright, well, until next time. We'll be back.
And hit subscribe too. And
do that.
Subscribe or watch Nathaniel on Twitch, the guy who wears a hat, Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, Sundays.
Yeah, beautiful. We'll see you around.
Pretty much every day of the week.
Yeah, almost. 4 out of them.
Yeah, that's every day.
Well, every day. We shortened the week. We cut a few days out.
Just for streaming.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all the days, obviously.
All of them.
If you could get rid of a day of the week, what would it be?
Oh, what would it be?
Yeah.
I don't know. That question would fluctuate depending on where I was in my life. Right now, it doesn't matter because all of the days are. I have something.
Oh.
No, I have something. I have something fun to look forward to right now. Every day of the week, whether it's hanging out with you or hanging out with my dad or.
It's a good schedule that we've developed, huh?
Mm-hmm.
It's a cool schedule.
I have I have a pretty decent arrangement. I have something set up with Thomas. I have something set up with you. I have something set up with Chris and Kirk. Something set up with just Chris.
That's awesome.
You know, my dad and I watch TV one day a week, and
it's nice to like talk to someone that's also close to their family because I know a lot of people that aren't, and it's like. They have like taxing relationships with their families, so it's nice to get like perspective from someone else that's like close with their sibling and also like chills with his family just to chill.
Yes. Yeah. That's it's important, and it's a model for me. I hope that one day when I'm you know, if and when I ever become a father, I can hopefully model the same closest that my family unit has right now. So
It's
know.
like it seems impossible for so many people, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But if you just like stick to it, like even
Yeah.
through the hard times, it's so
Mm-hmm.
possible.
It is so
But yeah.
possible. So
Um,
it's encouraging to know that you are close to your family, because I know growing up in public school and stuff like that, a lot of my friends didn't have very good relationships with their parents or whatever. So
yeah.
it was always kind of sad.
It's
So
not uncommon, right?
yeah, it's not uncommon, unfortunately, right? So
Do you think I can get this blue coin
you
if I
might.
die for it?
Aw.